let's discuss what are different data types, and especially we'll be discussing container and sequence data types. So as we know, data is not ideal in real world. Data is available in different forms. So to provision the storage and operations for different data types, there are different types of data where we have different data types. So the data types we have here in Python are none, boolean, integer, float, string, tuple, list, dictionary set, frozen set. These are built-in Python data types. And other data structures, if you want, you can actually include them from collections, which is Python standard library. But other data structures like DQ, that is actually should be pronounced as DEC, so are available in a collections, or you can use NumPy and pandas. Those libraries offer even advanced data structures, but we are not discussing that. We need you can do anything mostly with these built-in data types. So we'll be so we know this none is nothing, boolean is what we used, none mean. So, and we have seen this storage models. Data types can be broadly categorized into storage, access, and update model. Scalar means that a single value is stored. Container means in a memory, the values are stored, multiple values. This data type contains multiple values. Okay, and we have access means, you see, the variable, we assign a value to the variable. So if you want so let's say take this one, x equal to 3, and if you want x plus 5, you got 8. But let's define colors. Okay, let's define amounts. Okay, I'm giving 15, 19, 22, and I want to add to 90. Okay, 10. Okay, what happened here? Check this one, 0 0, sorry, 219 I have added to 15, index of 0. So check this one, this is sequence, which is a list data type, but here to access that, is it a direct access? No. Okay, so here it is the direct access, you just refer the variable you get, but this is a sequencing, right? Yeah, so sequence access. And what is mapping? For suppose if I use students, okay, name, okay, 22, that is why dictionaries are called mapping data types. Age, okay, sorry, let's give name, Bruce, okay, age 45. So this is mapping. How do you access to age? Let's reduce age by 10. Okay, you can access here age. Okay, instead of sequence, mapping data types use keys. Okay, and I can assign that 35, right? So, and we have mutable and immutable. For suppose here x equal to 3, id of x, okay, which is check, remember last 4, 8, 9, 6, 8. If I put x equal to 99, is it same? No, it is repointing to another value. So in fact, actually you haven't changed what is inside x. Basically, previously x was pointing to this location, and now x pointed to this location. And this 3 would be garbage collected if nothing is, there is no reference count to it. Okay, reference count means how many variables are referring to a particular object. For suppose if I put x equal to, we have x 99, and if I put b equal to 99, what is the reference count of 99? 2, because one variable x is also pointing to 99, b is also pointing to. If I put c equal to 99, d equal to c, now it would be 4, because c third, So when reference count goes to 0, garbage collector in Python removes that object from the memory. So, but why see here, when it comes to students, I'm able to the change values of that container mapping data type. I was able to change this to 35 because it is mutable. Okay, let's do that thing. Tuple t equal to, let's define 49. Okay, now let's try to update index 2 with 4. What happened? Tuple object does not support assignment. Why? Because tuple is immutable. Once you define, you can change. But if it is a list, we can change that. See, this is what here I added, and I have amounts, which is a list. And now I can take amounts of 0. Okay, and this is called operator. Okay, this is special operator, which means that amounts of 0 equal to amounts of 0 plus 10. Now check. I changed that. Okay, this is called shorthand operator, which is equivalent to amounts of 0 equal to amounts of 0 plus 10. Okay, this whole thing can be returned as this. Okay, so we will learn that thing when we discuss about short operators. So that broadly these are categorized into these different models. Now none means nothing. You know, Boolean, let's say yeah, true or false for yes no questions. Okay, that can be, you know, is this dog, yes or no, is this false, yes or no. And we have seen number data types. We have number data types of scalar, means what single value is stored, because that is not container, means container recites multiple values. And what are data types? Number data types in Python: integer, float, and complex. And all number data types are scalar, and that those are accessed direct. Okay, because they are not neither sequence support sequence accessing or nor a direct mapping access. So sequence accessing is supported by strings, tuple, list. Mapping is supported by mapping access is offered by dictionaries. And these are immutable. So which means that immutable means you can't change the value, but instead of value variable will be pointing to new value. Okay, so sequences are like different boxes, you know, arrange, put one after other. That so the same way, sequence data types offer access of the values using index. Okay, so this is anatomy of a sequence where we have index. Those think of this each box. Okay, we have boxes just like compartments for the train. Yeah, each compartment, if you count, okay, you can count from left to right or right to left. Okay, here think of it as a train. So we have each compartment, and these compartments are referred as elements. So what is address to refer those elements? The address starts from index 0 to n-1, or negative index, which means from the last -1 to negative indexing refers these elements from last to beginning, which is -1 to -n. Okay, and so this sequencing, so we use indexes to remove. Do we use these indexes to retrieve, manipulate these? Sorry, let me repeat. We use these indexes to be able to manipulate or retrieve elements from the sequence. Okay, so strings are sequences, and we can define those. There are multiple syntaxes to define a string in Python. We can use double quotes, single quotes, triple single quotes, or triple double quotes. Our strings are scalar, sequence, and immutable data type. And you see what I define here is a string. Let's go to here. S equal to Python is awesome. Okay, So since it offers a sequence, each character here is an element. I can access the first element, I can access the last element, but tell me one thing, s of 0 first element, and can replace p with j. Why? String object does not support item assignment. Why is that? Well, it is immutable. It is immutable. Okay, so it is scalar, how it is stored, but how it offers the sequencing syntax, subscript syntax, to be able to, we can use that to be able to access each character. Okay, so we have this see, I can access 3, right? And we have slicing syntax. I can use what is slicing syntax? Slicing syntax is 0. First one is called start. Second one is called end. Okay, and we use step. Okay, by default step is 1. Okay, so here let me use -1. Okay, till the last, right? I can leave this thing. If you leave that thing, you will get whole string. My 1 means step, which means that for index start, 1 would be added. If you add 1, 0 becomes 1, so that you will get a next index 1. For numeric 1, if you add 1 again, it would be 2, right? So it goes on by incrementing 1. But if you do, it goes on by incrementing by 2. So if you add 0, if you add 2 to 0, you will get 2, which would be 0, 1, 2. Can you see that you got t? Okay, for 2, if you add a 2 again, 3, 4, you see you got 0. Okay, yeah, so PTO, see, in this goes on by adding this step. See, these 3 arguments are, okay, start, end, and you have step. Okay, so this step would be added to the start index queue incrementally, and the whatever is result, that would be taken. Okay, now the easiest way to reverse the string is use -1. Sorry. Okay, so why? Because step is -1. Okay, 0 -1 would be the last element, -2 would be this element. Okay, that way we can use to reverse the string. So end of the day, have you understood? We can't all string methods. String is having lot of methods. Okay, all those methods cannot modify the original string because string is immutable. They return only the modified version. They actually copy the original string, modified copy of the original string according to the method operation. Okay, so you have s, for suppose s dot check the id of s. Okay, now I'm taking ss equal to s dot, okay, upper. Okay, check ss, which is all caps. Now check the id of ss. Yeah, that is different because if they are same, of course they won't be same because this is immutable, right? So here you have id of s, which points to this reference, and id of ss, which points to this reference. And you see, you can conclude this is a modified copy. The original string is not modified because string is immutable. Okay, and so you can access the strings by subscript syntax, and slicing is also supported, that we have seen just a while ago. And all string methods, and these are all string methods, and these are quite helpful out of the box. Python supports all of these because they are quite helpful to perform the text processing or string operations. Okay, now move forward. moving forward, we have container data types. Okay, what are these container data types? So they contain different elements. They can contain different data types, different values. They are heterogeneous, which means they can have a unlike a C, C++, Java. Okay, they are static type, and you types are bound to specific data type. But here, you can have you can store elements of different data types. But as you can see here, the first element is another container, second element is float, third element is complex, and you have the first element from right side string. Hello. Yeah. So can contain multiple values such that these are called containers. And tuple, if you see tuple can be tuple is a heterogeneous container data type, which offers the access by sequence. They can be categorized as sequence data type. It can be categorized as sequence data type because you can access elements of a tuple by subscript syntax. Okay, using sequencing syntax that we have learned, and these are immutable. Once you define, you can't change. Okay, that we have seen already, amounts and t. Okay, I can update amounts equal to 0, and I can update that to hello. Check amounts, but t, check this, 0 to 52. What happened? I got error. Okay, so we define the tuple using parenthesis, or you can also define tuple using the class tuple and empty list by list, and you can so this is a class, so you can create a tuple by calling this classes tuple and list by calling these classes respectively, or you can use literal syntax. And this literal syntax, we can define a list by using square brackets, tuple by using parentheses. Okay, and same thing we have seen list, and so why this tuple is having no methods dir of check tuple? Why? Because it is immutable. Check dir of list because it is mutable. And when it comes to mapping data type, just like we have seen, just like we have seen, if you take a dictionary as an example, or you take this analogy metaphor, where these are mapped to other objects right side. Okay, so the kind of this, that can be any scenario. I have showed you an example here. That can be one of the perfect example is dictionary, where you can take for suppose one language, you will be actually able to access the equivalent word of another language in a language dictionary. Another example I give you, in a couple of decades back, when there was a mobile phone, when there was no mobile phone, well, we used to call each other using landline, and most of the people used to contain one landline phone book. Yeah, we used to search by name and actually call that person. So that can be also dictionary, referred as dictionary, name, and we got equivalent number. So these kind of mapping data types we can use. What we can use? We can use dictionaries. How do you define a dictionary? D equal to, for suppose, give Alice, and give her phone number. Okay, and okay, Bob, give his phone number. Okay, and Suraj, give his phone number. Okay, so this is dictionary data type, and dictionary is mutable, is a container data type. Okay, mutable container and mapping data type. So how can you access a dictionary values by, you can access by key. Can you see? Right? And you can access, for example, if you want to change, it's just like assignment, but you have to follow that syntax and put anything you want here. Okay? No number. Okay, check this one. Right? Is it updated? And you can go on, make a complex data structures. For suppose you have students, list of dictionaries you can put. Name. Okay, Vivan. Age 25. Okay. Subject computers. And go here and name Radha. Okay. Age 32. Subject arts. Okay. There's an error. Yeah, here I haven't closed. Yeah. Students. Now I can append. We have different methods for the students. Because it is mutable, I can use students dot append of, I can use another dictionary. If I append 99, you will be actually having just 99 as a third element. Okay, I can append just hello there. You see, so you can mix types. Okay, yeah, students. Now let's append valid student here. You can append name. Okay, Mira. Yeah, no, age 20, 23. Okay, subject. Okay, thanks. Check. Okay, yeah, how can you access the name here of the last element? Students of -1 will give you the last element, which is a dictionary. Okay, and go on by students of -1, and then since it returns this whole thing is replaced by dictionary. Think of this name as a dictionary, imagine. Okay, how can you access that on top of dictionary? How can you access the key? Just give that key, right? Yeah, see, I gave name error because it is a typo here. Okay, let's fix that one. What happened? Student, oh sorry. Yeah, okay, you see, you got, now you have got that last element, and check name. You see, which is Mira. We got right. So now let's say I want the first character of that string. How can you get 0? The last character. Okay, you can go on chaining. Okay, right? This whole thing is replaced by here a dictionary, and on top of that dictionary you are getting this key name, right, which is a string. As you can see here, on top of string we are performing again this subscript syntax. So we call these brackets as subscript operator. Okay, Hmm? Mm. So I hope you understood. Do you have any questions? No, no, not three. Check the, how do you check the length? 5. Why? Because you see comma. Check the comma. 1, 2, yeah, 3. Yeah, yeah. You can take. Yeah, it's up to what element you want to access. -2. Mhm. Yeah, yeah. Check, check. So that is negative indexing. I use -1. Instead of that, I can use 4, which is the according to the positive indexing from left to right, which is the fourth element, which is the last element, fifth element of index 4. Okay, I hope you understood